today I will teach you about the mesh analysis, right? As I have already been told you yesterday that mesh is a closed loop in which no inner closed path is there. Okay, it is a closed path in which no inner loop is there. That is known as mesh analysis. Generally, to analyze the circuit, we follow the Kirchhoff law. Law are of two types: Kirchhoff voltage law and Kirchhoff current law. Kirchhoff voltage law is applicable for the mesh analysis, and Kirchhoff current law is applied in nodal analysis. So first we begin with mesh analysis. How to solve the numerical with the help of mesh analysis? So in front of you there are two numericals. In first numericals we have to solve using mesh analysis. What is the value of this Vx? What is the value of this Vx? What is the value of this voltage Vx? Okay. So what is this value Vx? And in second numerical, let's suppose our question is that it is not clear, so I come with another image, so it will be clear. Okay. See, it will be more clear. Kindly wait. Yes, let's suppose this is my second numerical in which I have to find this 3 ohm resistance is connected with the upper side as well as connected with the lower side. Yes, in which I have to find out what is the power in this 3 ohm resistance. What is the power consumption in this 3 ohm resistor? Okay, power 3 ohm. Power consumption is 3 ohm. So let's suppose these are two numericals in front of you. So we have to solve those numerical with the help of mesh analysis. So I just tell you about the basic formula or basic steps you should follow to solve any numerical of mesh analysis. First of all, just see the numerical and see how many closed paths are there. So one by one. In this question, see this 42 volt, 6 ohm and 3 ohm, these three behave as a closed path. This is a closed path. This 42 volt, 6 ohm and 3 ohm, this is a closed path. So there is one closed path. This second 3 ohm, this 4 ohm resistance and this 10 volt battery, this also behave as a closed path. So actually in this circuit there are two closed paths. So first of all, in step number first of all, just mention how many closed paths are there. So one this I just denote them as 1 and 2. There are two closed paths. Okay. So once you determine how many number of closed paths in any circuit, just draw a direction of current similar in each closed path, similar in each mesh, and mention the name of that current I1, I2 and I3 like this one. But keep in your mind, we should come with the same direction of current, either clockwise in all the meshes, either anti-clockwise in all the meshes. So let's suppose I draw a direction of current clockwise here in this mesh. So I have to draw a direction of current according to me, but it should be in the same direction, means clockwise, because I draw clockwise. Okay, because there are two mesh, and denote the abbreviation for those current. First current, let's suppose I1. I change the color dark. Okay, first color is let's suppose I1, and this second color is let's suppose my I2. Okay, so the first current is I1 and second current is I2, and there are two meshes. The similar thing we applied in the left hand side numerical also. See, there are how many closed paths? So see, this 7 volt battery, this 1 ohm resistance, this 6 volt battery and this 2 ohm resistance, they all behave as a closed path. I am telling about this. This is a closed path. 7 volt battery, 1 ohm resistance, 6 volt battery and this 2 ohm resistance, they behave as a closed path. So one closed path. Second, this 1 ohm resistance, this 2 ohm resistance, and this 3 ohm resistance, they also behave as a closed path. So this is second closed path. Okay. Then this 6 volt battery, 3 ohm resistance, 2 ohm resistance, and 1 ohm resistance, this is also a closed path. So there are total 3 closed path is there. Okay, so we just mentioned the direction of the current. Let's suppose this is my direction, either anti-clockwise in all circuit, either clockwise. So I mentioned clockwise in first, in second, and in third, because there are 3 meshes. So I write down 1, 2, 3 over there. So this is my first mesh, then my current will be I1. This is my second mesh, then my current will be I2, and this is my third mesh. You can denote anywhere. One replace this third by the abbreviation 1, then no problem. So what's first, second, third? So what is the current? Current is I1. Here I mention the name of current I2 because this is second mesh, and here I mention the current name is I3 because this is my third mesh. So I1, I2 and I3, these are 3 meshes. And in second question there are 2 mesh, only 2 closed path is there. So I mention the name I1 and I2. Okay. So till now, if there is any problem, ask me the question, and if there is no problem, then type yes sir in message box. So I understand. Yes sir in message box. Okay, very good. Now see, yes, now see, we have to write down the equations. Now what is the basic rule? Kindly keep in your mind whatever the rule I am going to teach you. The rule is, once you denote the direction of the current and mention the name of those currents, just write down the equations. The number of equation in any equation depends on how many number of meshes are there. For example, in second question where you have to find out power in 3 ohm resistor, there are 2 meshes, so you have to write down 2 equations. In left hand side numerical where you have to find out the voltage Vx, there are 3 meshes, so you have to write down 3 equations first of all. Now how to write down the equation? Just begin your journey in any mesh, just begin your journey to write down the equation in any mesh in the direction of the current. Because this is mesh analysis, so we just write down in equation only the voltage. If there is any resistance, just multiply that resistance with your mesh current, denote it with positive sign always, and so it will behave as a voltage. Then write down that value. For example, 6 ohm resistance and I1 is my current, so 6 I1 is the voltage. Then 3 ohm is the next resistance, my current is I1. If I write down for the first equation, for the first mesh equation, then 3 I1, denote it with plus. If any other current passes from the resistance of your mesh whose equation you want to write down, then keep in your mind your current always use with positive sign, and the next current just see the direction. If the next current, if the another mesh current direction is similar to your mesh current direction, then write down it with positive sign. Otherwise, if the direction is opposite, write down it with negative sign. So in 3 ohm resistance, if I want to write down the equation for first mesh, it means my current is I1. If I write down for the second mesh, my current is I2. So whatever your current, whatever the mesh equation you are going to write down, put positive sign, take positive sign with your current always. Okay. So in 3 ohm resistance, I1, when I want to write down the equation for first mesh, my current is I1. So 3 I1 with positive plus 3 I1 I write down. But with this 3 ohm resistance, another mesh current, second mesh current I2 is also passes. So I just see the direction of that I2. My current direction of first mesh, that's why my current is I1. So my current direction I1 is from top to bottom side of that 3 ohm. Okay, clockwise. This is my direction. See very carefully the question. And this current I2 direction is from lower to upper side in 3 ohm. When I focus on 3 ohm resistance, see I1 current direction is from top to bottom, and this I2 current direction is from bottom to top, so another direction. So because I am writing down the equation for first mesh, I put positive sign with my current I1, that's why plus 3 I1, but negative current with the I2, another mesh current, because the direction is opposite, so minus 3 I2 is also there. Okay. Similarly, when we are going to write down the equation for the second mesh with the same 3 ohm resistance, the current I2 is passes, but because I am writing down the equation for second mesh, my current is I2, so I write down it with positive sign, so 3 I2 plus 3 I2, but I1 current is opposite that time, so minus 3 I1 I have to write down. This is my second rule. The first rule is the number of equations should be equal to the number of meshes you denote. The second rule, whenever you are writing down an equation of any mesh, keep in your mind we just write down the voltages, because we apply KVL in mesh analysis. Voltages, if current is I, then if any resistance value is given, just multiply them and write down. Keep in your mind that your mesh current is always positive, whatever the direction is. And if in any resistance another current is passes, another mesh current is passes, just see the direction of that current. If it is in the same direction of your current, write down with positive, otherwise with negative. Okay. The third rule is, in between your journey of writing down any equation, if a battery is come, if a voltage source is come, see what polarity of that voltage source comes first. For example, when I start my journey to write down the equation for first mesh of equation number second, 6 ohm will be comes first, so 6 I1 I will write down. Then 3 ohm will be come, so I write down plus 3 I1, because I2 is also passes through 3 ohm in opposite direction, so minus 3 I2 as I also write down. Then there is nothing at the bottom side. Then I will come on 42 volt. First, with negative sign come in front of me, the polarity of that voltage source, which one come in front of me first? Negative sign. So I write down the battery with negative, minus 42, minus 42. Okay. So I think you understand what I want to say. Can I start to write down the equation for the second and first? Just type OK if you understand everything till now. Just type OK if you understand everything till now. Okay, very good, Ashish. Amit, can you understand? Yes, very good. Okay, so I begin to write down first of all the equation for second. So see, 6 ohm resistance, my current is I1. So 6 I1, I change the color, so dark color. Okay, 6 I1. Then plus 3 I1. Then minus, because my current is, I am in first mesh, so my current I1 I take as positive, so minus 3 I2. Then the battery will become, see, I once again draw with pencil the direction. I start my journey with 6 ohm, then 3 ohm, then there is nothing, then battery will come, but battery comes with negative sign, first. Because come with negative sign, so I have to write down negative as it is. Whatever the polarity come in front of you, just write down the same polarity. Okay. So see, minus 42 will be there. And what we are going to write down in mesh analysis, actually we write down the mesh. Actually we write down the Kirchhoff voltage law. And what is Kirchhoff voltage law? In any closed path, in any mesh, in any loop, the sum of the voltages is always equal to 0. So we just write down all the voltages, that will be equal to always 0. So that is equal to 0. So this is for first mesh. Okay. This is my first equation. We can simplify by 6 I1 plus 3 I1, that is 9 I1 actually. I just simplify this one. So 6 plus 3, that is 9 I1, minus 3 I2, so minus 3 I2, that is equal to 42. Okay, this is my first equation. Okay, dear. Now see the second mesh. See, with this green color I am going to denote. First resistance is 4 ohm. Now I am going to write down the equation for the second mesh. My current is I2, so I take I2 as positive, and if any other current passes from any resistor, I just focus on the direction of that current. If it is in the same direction of I2, then I take it with positive sign. If opposite direction, then I take it with negative sign. Okay, so first 4 ohm resistance, then battery negative comes first. Battery negative comes first, whose value is 10 volt. Polarity negative comes first, so I write down with minus 10. Okay, then there is nothing. Then 3 ohm resistance. Now my current is I2, so plus 3 I2, but the current, the resistance 3 ohm, the current I1 also passes from 3 ohm in opposite direction, so minus 3 I1. Okay, so I write down the equations in the same manner which I told you. So 4 I2 minus 10 plus 3 I2 minus 3 I1, that is equal to 0. So when we simplify this, first I write down for I1, so minus 3 I1 is there. Okay, minus 3 I1, then plus 4 I2 plus 3 I2, that is 7 I2. Okay, plus 7 I2, that is equal to, this minus 10 will be at the right hand side, so plus 10. Okay, now this will be my second equation. This will be my second equation. Okay, now what I want to find, see what I want to find now, because I solve them, so I remove, I just put them here, and now these are my equations by the simplification of these two. Now what I have to find out, I have to find out the power in 3 ohm. So we know that power is equal to current multiplied by resistance. Power is equal to, we know that power is equal to, sorry, power is equal to I square R. Power is equal to voltage multiplied by current. Voltage multiplied by current. So voltage is equal to IR. So IR multiplied by R, that is IR multiplied by I, that is I square R. Remember, P is equal to voltage into current, and we know V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR, and one more I is there, so that is equal to I square R. I square R. Sorry, I square R. Okay, so can you understand till now? If yes, then type in message box, okay sir. Okay sir. If you understand everything till now, then type okay sir. Very good, Amit. Very good, Ashish. Okay, I square R. So what is the current in this 3 ohm? First of all, because there are two current, I1 and I2. First we have to calculate the value of I1 as well as I2. Then I1 minus I2 or I2 minus I1, from which we will find out the positive answer, will be the current from 3 ohm. Then 3 ohm is the R, and square of that current will be I square. Then we will find out the power. So first we have to calculate these two equations. So when we just calculate these two equations, because there are too much simple equations, just calculate them, multiply the upper side by 3 and lower side by 10. Either use Kramer rule or either multiply this. I just start a calculator. Okay, now see, we just multiply this upper equation by 3, this upper equation by 3. I just multiply this upper equation by 3 first of all. So what will happen? 9 multiplied by 3, 27, I do it. See, 27 I1 minus 3 multiplied by 3, that is 9 I2, that is equal to 42 multiplied by 3. 42 multiplied by 3 is what? That is equal to 126. That is equal to 126. Okay. To solve these two equations, we have to multiply by anything. Either multiply the second equation by 9, either multiply the first equation by 3, so that I1 to I1 will be cancelled out, and we will find out the answer of I2. And again put the value of that I2 into any equation, and you will find out the value of I1. You have already been see this since you are 10th class, 11th, say 10th class first year also. Okay. Now multiply this second equation by 9. I also mentioned this so that you will not confuse what I did. I multiplied this equation by 3. Okay, and either use Cramer rule, that is also good, and this second equation will multiply by, this second equation will be multiplied by 9. This second equation will be multiplied by 9. If okay, now multiply this by 9. 9 multiplied by 3, that is again 27. So now it is minus 27 I1, because 3 minus 3 is there, plus 9 multiplied by 7, then 9 multiplied by 7, that is equal to 63 I2, and that is equal to 9 multiplied by 10, that is equal to 90. Okay, so now when we will solve these two equations, see, 27 to 27 will be cancel out, because one is plus, one is minus, so these two will be cancel out.
Sir,
Kindly wait, kindly wait. Yes, yes, tell me.
सर हमें
Tell
3
me.
से क्यों मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे?
No, 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 because second equation consists 3 or 7, so either multiply by 3, then I1 to I1 will be cancel out, because 9 multiplied by 3 will be 27, and because you use 3, so second equation will be multiplied by 9. Either use the constant of I1 to multiply whole equation, either to use the constant of I2 to multiply each equation, whole equation. Okay,
नाउ स्टैंडर्ड यस सर समझ गया
आशीष, क्या आप समझ गए आशीष?
यस सर.
Okay, so now 63 minus 9, 63 minus 9 is 54, 63 minus 9 is 54, so this one will be equal to 54 I2, that is equal to 126 plus 90, 126 plus 90, that is equal to 216. Okay, so what is the value of I2? So you will find out the value of I2. So I2 will be equal to 216 divided by 54. So you will find out I2 is equal to 216 divided by 54, that is equal to 4 ampere. 4 ampere. Ampere is the unit of current. Now put this value of 4. Now put this. So first current is your I2. One current value you find out. Also find out the current value of I1. So just put this value of current in any of the equation, either first or either second. So 9 I1. So 9 I1 minus 3 multiplied by I2. 3 I2. I2 is what? 4 ampere. So I2 is equal to 4. That is equal to 42. That is equal to 42. Okay. So this one will be equal to 9 I1 equal to is equal to 12 plus 42, that is 54. Okay, 4 3s are 12 plus 42, that is equal to 54. Okay, so what is I1 now? What is I1 now? So I1 will be equal to 54 divided by 9. If any question, if any query will be there, I will tell you that any question, then ask me. Then ask me divided by 9. That is equal to 6 ampere. That is equal to 6 ampere. Okay. So there are two currents passes from this 3 power consumed by this 3 ohm resistance. So power is equal to I square R. Power is equal to I square R. So what is the current through this 3 ohm resistance? Because there are two currents passes from this 3 ohm resistance. One is I1, one is I2, and both direction is opposite to each other. So first of all, I have to find out the value of I1 as well as the value of I2. Then because the direction is opposite, the resultant current from this 3 ohm resistance is the subtraction of each of the current. The subtraction of one current from the another. So what is the current from this 3 ohm resistance? This current will be 6 ampere minus 4 ampere, that is equal to 2 ampere is the current. Okay. Now we calculate easily the power. So see, power is equal to I square R. So what is I? 2 ampere. Square is 2 multiplied by 2. 2 times multiply the same thing. Multiply by R. What is R? R is 3 ohm. So what is the resultant answer? 12 watt. Watt is the unit of power. Okay, so you will find out with the help of mesh analysis the answer of question number 2nd. What is the power across this resistance? Now if you understand everything, now first send me a snapshot, and if you have any query type in message box, otherwise type yes we understand, yes we understand. Yes. Okay, so Amit, you understand or not? Amit, you understand or you have any question? Amit, you understand or not? Unmute your mobile and tell me. Yes,
Sir.
if you have a question then tell me. Yes, tell me.
ये-
Tell me your
यहाँ
question.
12 वोल्ट के सर यहाँ फॉर्मूला हमको समझ नहीं आया सर, ये इधर P बराबर इक्वल टू लिखा है ना भाई।
P is equal to power formula.
यस यस
Always remember power is equal to voltage multiplied by, now see, power is always equal to voltage multiplied by current. Okay, now we know from the Ohm's law what is voltage. Voltage is IR, so V
Yes.
is equal to IR multiplied by one more I. P is equal to V multiplied by I. In place of V I write down IR, so IR multiplied by I. So what is this? IR multiplied by I, so I multiplied by I, that is I square na.
यस सर।
Can you understand now?
यस यस नाउ।
Can you understand now?
यस सर, समझ गया।
If you have any other question then tell me, otherwise type yes we
और यहाँ
understand in message box
सर नीचे में जो P इक्वल
and send me a snapshot. Yes, yes. Tell me.
यहाँ जो आंसर आया है,
Yes. Once again repeat. I am unable to hear you properly.
यहाँ जो आंसर आया है
12 watt.
हाँ सर, वो 2 into 2 किए हैं, वो कैसे किए?
अमित, yes 2 into 2 इसलिए किया है because I square है, तो what is I? I is 2 ampere, तो I square means 2 into 2, I into I. I square means I into I, so that's why 2 into 2. Is it clear, Amit?
No sir. सर I
Is it clear, Amit?
I इक्वल टू 2 कैसे? ओके हाँ सर, आप समझ गए।
I is equal to 2 क्यों है? Because हमें 3, yes, okay, because one current is 6 ampere, one current is 4 ampere and direction is opposite, so हमें minus करना होगा, so 6 minus 4 that is equal to 2 ampere. Can you understand now, Amit Kumar?
और सर नीचे में वो उसके आगे सर इक्वल टू 3 किए हैं, वो उसके आगे सर इक्वल टू 3 किए।
कहाँ क्या है 3? वो R की वैल्यू है ना, I स्क्वायर R, तो I इंटू R, I इंटू I तो 2 इंटू 2 हो गया, और R क्या है? 3 ओम से रेजिस्टेंस निकालना, वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द पावर फ्रॉम 3 ओम, तो R की वैल्यू 3 है ना।
ओके सर, हाँ सर ठीक।
Amit, if you understand then write down, if you understand everything then write down yes we understand, yes I understand in message box. And Ashish, send a snapshot to me, send a snapshot to me. Send me a snapshot, Ashish. Okay, now we just start the second numerical. Yes, very good. Now we start the second numerical. The second numerical consists of 3 meshes, so we know how many number of equations are there. There will be 3 equations, there will be 3 equations, because I have already been told you number of meshes is equal to number of equations. So first we begin our journey for the first mesh. See, with this red color I just draw this one. Here I start nothing, then 1 ohm resistance. I write down the equation for first mesh, so my current will be I1, and when, use it with positive sign. Now with this 1 ohm resistance another current is passes, but in opposite direction. I am coming from top to bottom, but I2 also passes from this, from bottom to top, so I have to write down in minus. Then battery comes, but battery first come with positive sign, so I use plus 6 here. Then a resistance 2 ohm is there, my current is I1, so I write down with plus 2 I1, but another current is also passes from this 2 ohm resistance I3 current, but from opposite direction, in opposite direction, so I also write down minus 2 I3. Then I come here and minus sign comes first, the battery minus sign comes first, so I write down with minus 7. Okay, so can I write down the equation for the first? Tell me yes sir.
Yes, sir.
You understand the meaning of the first mesh equation?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Ashish?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, very good. So I write down for the first mesh. See very carefully.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I1 current passes from 1 ohm resistance. So I1 into 1. So that is equal to I1 because there is no meaning of 1. When I1 multiply by 1, then it will be equal to the same I1. Okay, I1. But another current is also passes from this 1 ohm resistance, that is I2. So I have in opposite direction, so I have to write down this in with negative sign. So 1 multiplied by I2, that is I2. Okay, then battery will come with positive polarity at the upper side, so I write down plus 6. Then a 2 ohm resistance is there, I write down the equation for the first mesh, so I write down with positive polarity, with the positive sign of my voltage in this. But another current also passes in opposite direction, I3 current in opposite direction with the same resistance, so minus 2 I3. Then the battery will come with negative polarity of 7 volt, negative polarity will be there, so minus 7, that is equal to 0. Okay, can you understand this? Can you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, can you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Ashish?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So by the simplification it will be I1 then 2 I1, so 2 plus 1, that is 3 I1, 3 I1. How many I2? Minus I2, only 1 I2, so minus I2. How many I3? Only 1, minus 2 I3. Okay, and 6 minus 7, that is minus 1, so at the right hand side the polarity will be changed, so plus. Okay, so now this will be my equation number first. Okay, 3 I1, I1 plus 2 I1, that is 3 I1 minus I2 minus 2 I3, that is equal to 1. This is my equation number first. Okay, now I go for the second mesh. See with the this purple color, here nothing component is there. Then 2 ohm, so 2 I2. There is no need to write down the value of this Vx, because Vx is the just the question. You have to find out the voltage across 3 ohm. Is it clear? This is not a battery given. Okay, if battery given, then write down the equation, otherwise not. So there is no need to write down minus Vx. Here 3 ohm resistance and current I2 is passes, so plus 3 I2. Another current is also passes from this 3 ohm, that is I3 current, but from left side to right side. But my direction of I2 current is right side to left side, so I write down plus 3 I2, and for I3 I write down minus 3 I3. Okay, then 1 ohm resistance, so 1 ohm resistance, my current is I2, so plus I2 multiplied by 1, that is plus I2, and another current is also passes of first mesh, that is from top to bottom in opposite direction, so I write down minus I1 into 1. So what I want to say, I write down the here, and if any problem then tell me. 2 I2, kindly wait. Sorry for the interruption, one urgent call was here. So so see, 2 I2 plus 3 I2, because from this 3 ohm resistance another current is passes, I3 current, but in opposite direction. I am coming from right to left, but this when this current I3, see very carefully the direction of the current, see From this 3 ohm, my direction of current is from this to this side, okay, left to right, right to left side. But when this I3 will passes from this, when this I3 will passes from this in 3 ohm, it will come from right to left to right. So both direction are opposite. Both direction are opposite. I2 passes from 3 ohm right to left. This I3 passes from this 3 ohm left to right. So both are opposite. Because I am writing down the equation for the second mesh, so my current with the positive sign and the another current with the opposite sign, okay. Then 1 ohm resistance, but my current is I2, so I write down I2 multiplied by 1, that is I2, and another current I1 is in opposite side, so minus I1 multiplied by 1, that is 1, is equal to 0, okay. So can you understand this equation? Can you understand this? So I will go for the simplification.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Again mute your mobile. So what will be the equation? This equation will be minus I1. I write down first with the same minus I1. Then how many I2? 3I2 plus 2I2, that is 5I2 plus I2, 6I2 with positive sign. 6I2 are there. 6I2. How many I3? Only one I3 with negative sign, minus 3I3. Okay. At the right hand side, once again I check minus I1, 2I2 plus 3I2, that is 5I2 plus I2, 6I2 minus 3I3, that is equal to no battery is there, so that is equal to 0, and this is my equation number second. Okay. Now see the third mesh. See this third mesh. With this blue line I am once again draw 3 ohm, then 1 ohm. So 3I3 minus 3I2, because I2 direction is opposite. Then I3 multiply by 1. Then I3 multiply by 2 ohm. But I1 current also passes from this 2 ohm in opposite direction, so minus 2I2. Then battery negative sign comes first, so minus 6, okay. What I want to say, I just write down firstly because my class time is over. So just see this equation and we will solve the rest of the numerical in another class. So 3I3, because now I am going to write down the equation for the third mesh, so my current with positive sign, minus 3I2 plus 1 ohm into I3, so I3 only, plus 2 I3 minus 2 I1, then battery negative sign comes first, so minus 6, that is equal to 0. 3I3 minus 3I2 plus multiply by I1. Can you understand this? So I write down the equation. Can you understand this? Amit and Ashish?
Yes, sir.
Amit and Ashish?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So by simplification we will find out how many I1 are there. Only minus 2 I1 is there. So minus 2 I1. How many I2? Minus 3 I2. Minus 3 I2 is only there. So minus 3 I2. How many I3? 3I3 plus I3, that is 4I3 plus 2I3, that is 5I3. Okay, so plus 5I3. Okay, that is equal to minus 6 goes to right hand side, with the polarity will be changed. So this will be third equation. This will be your third equation. So can you understand all of these three equations? By the solution of these three equations, we will find out the value of Vx. How we will discuss in next class, because my class time is over. Can you understand how to write down the equation for the mesh analysis?
Yes, sir.
Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Kindly send me a snapshot. Kindly send me a snapshot. Okay, students, we will discuss the rest of the numerical in the next lecture. So send me a send me a snapshot.